Welcome to the show. It's T with D. DJ spinning tracks. Got that reggae spree. Tune in the dots. Let the vibes be free. Late night session. Sip that turbo key. Coming on the electro. Sing it on the end. Hope you're feeling right. Cause we got the vibe so grand. Get cozy and unwind. With news that you be man. T with D's a spot. The best in podcast land. Welcome to the show. It's T with D. DJ spinning tracks. Got that reggae spree. Tune in the dots. Let the vibes be free. Late night session. Sip that turbo key. Coming on the electro. Sing it on the end. Hope you're feeling right. Cause we got the vibe so grand. Get cozy and unwind. With news that you be man. T with pizza spot. The best in podcast land. Welcome back, listen us to a cozy nook. Where the beats go like pages in a favorite book. Settling, feel the rhythm in every book. Tonight's the night, let's dance and cook. You have a great time, make yourself at home. In this real big zone, where the melodies from. See we please the legs out, where the music keeps you warm. Join the jam, find your peace in the storm. Welcome to the groove, it's tea with me tonight. Feel the reggae flow, let it make the world right. Come and find your comfort, you meet the others right. With every track we spin, you take you to new heights. It's a place to chill, with rhythms that enchant. Join us the moment, let's give you all the chance. Turn up the sweet serenades, let the music dance. Open up in my prayer time, I swear on in that chest. Welcome to the show. It's T with D. DJ spinning tracks. Got that reggae spree. Tune in the dots. Let the vibes be free. Late night session. Sip that turbo key. Coming on the electro. Sing it on the end. Hope you're feeling right. Cause we got the vibe so grand. Get cozy and unwind. With news that you be man. T with pizza spot. The best in podcast land. Welcome to the show. It's T with D. DJ spinning tracks. Got that reggae spree. Tune in the dots. Let the vibes be free. Late night session. Sip that turbo key. Coming on the electro. Sing it on the end. Hope you're feeling right. Cause we got the vibe so grand. Get cozy and unwind. With news that you be man. T with pizza spot. The best in podcast land. Hey, good night, folks. It's time to unwind. Think favorite tracks. Leave the stress behind. Welcome to the show. This album is just for you. Be with these your proof. Where dreams is getting you. Jamming on the electro. Sing it on the end. Hope you're feeling right. Cause we got the vibe so grand. Get cozy and unwind. With news that you demand. T with pizza spot. Leave the slip podcast land.
Diamonds so pearls, and I'm gonna take you traveling the world. I'm gonna love you, babe. Cross my heart and hope to die.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, cross my heart and hope to die. Hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are warm. Kicking it fly today, baby, because it's Thursday. That means it's time for a little tea with P, where the T is beer and the P is me. And ladies and gentlemen, we sit and we chat about all things nudes, culture, science, health, you name it. Nothing is off the table when we sit and try to hash out all the things going on in our community. What? Audio's not good? Just stares at me. Oh.
It's really staticky.
Oh. I don't know. Probably should have tested this before we went live. How is everybody tonight? Good to see you guys, man. Audio is a little bit staticky. I'm not entirely sure why. On the mixer, baby, go ahead and under the compressor, there's a thing called makeup gain. Might have to hit the little arrow, turn it down just like 3 notches.
Where the hell would I find the compressor?
It's on the main. It's got a little arrow next to it. It's on this mixer thing. It'll be under mic.
Okay, I found mic.
Mm-hmm. Then mixer.
Compressor.
Okay. And then hit the little arrow on the far right. Makeup gain. Take it down like 4 notches.
Oh, no.
See if that makes a big difference or not. Sounds good here. Dennis hears me wonderfully, but that's fine.
Maybe it's just in my headphones.
It could be, but that's okay. Thanks everybody for pulling up, man. I really appreciate you guys being here, man. It's T with P, baby. T with P. And I'm a little distracted now that we got a little fuzzy audio.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Miss P, how you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm good.
Good.
It was warm today.
It was very warm today. It was like, what, +4?
It was +4. I think the wind chill had it at like -1. So.
Oh.
Still beautiful.
Oh, not bad at all.
Outside tanning weather.
Outside tanning weather. Yeah. I even got an alert on my phone that there's some creepy dude on the run. Did you get that alert too?
Oh my God, like 9 times.
Yeah. Oh, I only got it once.
The kid kept getting it on the ride home, and he's like, why so many times? I said, my issue is not why so many times. My issue is there's no picture of the dude.
Yeah, I got to go by his name.
So when you say, if you see him, don't approach him, call the cops, good. But what does he look like?
Who am I not approaching?
And the community that he was last seen in is like 6 hours from here.
Yeah.
So,
well, depending on how long, you never know.
Well, and that's fair. The kid said, like, what about, if he stole a car and, like, obviously he's on the move. And I said, no, and, like, that's true. But still, what does he look like? So.
Yeah.
That's my issue with those alerts.
Crazy. Thank you guys for pulling up, man. Good to see everybody pulling up in green. East Coast growers in the house. Good to see you, dude. On a roll. What's up? Matthew Lawson here and present. Good to see you, Chaotic. Holy Toledo, good to see you, man. John Lindsay is in the house. Check out everybody dressed in green today, man. Toxic Boost. What's up? Good to see you, man. Trent's got a garden. Yes, he does. Good to see you, friend. Mr. Sparkles. Good to see you, too, man. Master Freak Ill is in the house, too. Master Freak, good to see you. Good to see everybody, man. Travis is here. Christopher's here. Matt McConnell's here. ATX Organics is in the building. Good to see you, man. Jen D4567 Good to see you. Chef Terps. What up, man? What up? Watching from TX, Texas in the house. Shane is here too, man. Shane, good to see you. Shout out to Texas. Kush Daddy, what you doing, boy? Man, we got a great show in store for you guys today. Tons of things on the docket. But before I do get too far, the first thing I want to say is top of the nudes today is a huge shout out to my guy, Mr. Chubs. Mr. Chubs. Chubs, if you guys don't know, participated in the American Autoflower Cup, and guess what? My boy took home some prizes. Mr. Chubs himself took home best rosin, third best flower, I think, and
best hash.
Best hash. So best hash, what were they?
I'm placing first for best hash and third for best overall flower.
Damn, not too bad at all. You got a picture of that, Mrs. P?
I do.
Check this out. Huge shout out to my guy Chubs, man.
I'm not going to play the music.
I can't play music here because we're on YouTube, and heaven forbid we get shut D for copyright. Yeah, for the algorithm reasons, I want it to be known that Chubs won a baking competition.
Yeah.
A baking, and his batter came in number 1, and the flour he used came in number 3.
Pound Cake Auto.
Pretty damn good. Huge shout out to my guy Chubs. Congratulations, brother. On behalf of myself and the flock, you earned it, man. And he's not the first time, not the second time. Dude, this guy's winning awards back to back to back to back to back, and I'm glad to call him a friend. Let me tell you, when we were at MJ BizCon in Vegas, every time I walked past the 420 Fast Buds booth, I saw Chubs. I was like, yo, is that Chubs? Is that Chubs? Chubs is in the building. I'm a great hype guy, dude. Great hype guy.
His description says 12-time cup winner. I don't know if that includes these 2 newest ones.
I think so, yep.
But that's insane. That's a lot. So
yeah, it is a lot. That's my guy. Congratulations, man. I think a huge congratulations in an order. And in a non-glamorizing fashion, I think for documentary reasons, we should take a family-friendly rip. Okay? Cheers, dudes. DNCS Media says, I thought something happened from the title. Oh, there's lots of nudes to dive into, my friends. Lots of nudes. We've got a a rather successful, rather large company doing some bullying on a far smaller company through copyright and trademark infringement, rather law. And I want to talk about that. I also want to talk about some new studies that have also been released that further kind of cement what we already know to be true. And there was something else, but I forgot. But I'll get to it. Oh, yeah. We got deleted, ladies and gentlemen. We got deleted, ladies and gentlemen. The Pigeons 420 Discord is no longer around. There was a picture that was shared over there of a picture of it was a meme. Chaotic, take it away. Why don't you explain it? Just kidding. There was a picture of a sale of weed. It was a meme. It wasn't even a real sale or a real picture, but that post got us sale of dangerous goods infraction under the Discord terms of service. And because of that, we have lost the Pigeons 420 Discord server, and we are currently in a suspended state until I believe like the 17th or something. And I think I might be able to do something after I'm back. I don't know if I will get the server back. I have no idea. So if you were looking for the Pigeons 420 Discord server and you couldn't find it, just so you know, it is no longer, my friends, okay? It is no longer, all right? But I want to, I just kind of want to mention that I'm not afraid to take a stand, because that's just the way it goes. No, I'm sorry. I really felt a call and compel. I felt compelled to sing. Getting deleted is just another notch on the belt. It's just another sign of that you're doing something right over here. And, well, there's no reason to get upset about it. There's no reason to cry over spilt milk. I will work hard to either try to get the Pigeons 420 server back, or I will just start another server. It is what it is. I really liked that one, but I don't make the rules, and that's just the way she goes. So we can't have nice things, Alpha, Omega. We can't have nice things. So it's totally unfortunate, but there's nothing I can do, man. I'm just a small fish in a large pond, and Discord's going to do what they want to do regardless of what I think about it. So that's kind of how it goes with all platforms. One of the reasons that I think is very important, if you haven't already, pigeons420.com is available. If you want to go and check that out, drop an email in the email list. So if there is anything that or if for any reason I get deleted, I can get a hold of you and I can say, hey, this is where I'm starting up again, or this is what our recourse is, or so on and so forth. I would hate to have a repeat of 2018 where we get deleted and I have absolutely no way to get a hold of you, and so we start from scratch. That's a real thing, and so I want to avoid that. So pigeons420.com, have an email list. I won't inundate you with anything that's not important. So it's just a way that we can stay communicated, or stay in communication. Okay. He should be running Canada. GML is in the building. Shout to Grandmaster level, my guy.
It'd be going better than it is now.
Yeah. Oh, do I have Mrs. P's support?
Always on everything.
Okay. All right. Not everything.
Absolutely everything.
Okay. I think I should no longer put the seat down after I pee.
I draw the line there.
Oh. I feel like I have to do extra movements. I don't think it's necessary.
It's very necessary.
To take a stand.
We have dogs, and I feel like they would just... They're the reason.
Yep. Anyways, good to see you, GML. Shout out to GML. Shout out to Thomas. Good to see you, friend. Saw you building a new garden. Looks good, man. Can't wait to see you put those fans up at the corner. Looking dope, dude. Looking dope. Always great to see you, man. I'm coming on very soon. 100%. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. The White Rhino himself. The Elucid. Can't wait, dude. Can't wait. I'm excited. Chaotic. We just gotta have to make our own server. Fuck Discord. Yeah, creating your own or your own space is somewhat difficult, but that's why having a website where I can send you an email and be like, hey, yo, we got deleted, or hey, yo, stash nutrients are now available and doing very well, ladies and gentlemen. Doing very well. Thank you to everybody who has taken a dabble into stash nutrients. You can get them. I got the base on the table. Oh, I got a little base on the table. No, I don't. I got the bloom on the table, base on the shelf. Boom on the table, base on the shelf, and a little blend in the garden. But stash nutrients are now available. I got a favor to ask of you guys, if I may. We are now offering stash nutrients on Amazon. You can go to Amazon and you can purchase stash nutrients. We're asking a favor of you. If you have already purchased stash nutrients and you are using them, I'm kindly asking if you could leave an Amazon review. The reason I say that is because reviews do wonders in order to push the product to the front of the algorithm over there, and so on and so forth. And I really do ask if you guys could be so kind as to write a review over on Amazon. If you've purchased stash nutrients and you're enjoying it. We're not asking anybody to lie. I'm not asking anybody to fluff anything. It's just if you enjoy it, the experience, and you've been using it, it's been out for a couple months now, a month and a bit. And if you're enjoying it, we want to hear from you. So leave a review over on Amazon.
We also want to hear if you're not enjoying it for any reason.
Of course. Of course. Any reason at all. Any reason. Good or bad. We want to hear from you because it's the only way we're going to be able to make it better, right? Modus, you got yours? You got your stash, dude? Let's go, man. I am actually going to be putting my very first organic soil amended medium together. What day is it? Thursday? I just got my cocoa wicking right now. I have got 8. Oh man, things are getting get crazy in here, guys, because I've finally got the propagation tent running to like tea. The flower tent, or the veg, with my veg tent that is now my flower tent. It's gonna switch, but whatever. It's not neither here nor there. Is running fine. The last is the final tent of the equation, which would be my flower tent, which is not like because I have flower. You get it. So the third tent is going to be up and ready real soon. And man, I'm telling you, I want to hit the ground running. We've got a brand new project, Swank. The boys at FTS, we've got some projects like, oh man. And I'm telling you, I'm tired of pissing around, man. I'm not pissing around anymore. I'm going heavy and I'm going hard. And I'm going into this deep. Okay? Sounds like a good porno magazine. Oh. And man, I'm excited. So, is this a promotion video? Yeah. StashNutrients.com will change your life. Yeah, it's my own company. I'm very excited about it. I vote pigeons for the most diverse guy around. I don't know what that means. Just kidding. This guy asking for favors. I may or may not have helped him marry a body last week. Hey, what? You're not supposed to post that on the internet, Alpha. Not supposed to post that on the internet, all right?
Marry a body or bury a body?
I think he meant bury. But I did no such thing.
Marrying a body would just be weird.
It would, because I'm not ordained, and I feel like if I was to marry somebody unordained, is it even certified? It's not. It doesn't even count.
It's not legal.
You're just playing. You're playing house in the playground. But yep, check it out. So, what's the promo code, bro? For Stash Nutrients?
Do we have one?
From the stash, or stash 15. It's one of those ones if we have one. However, on February 28th, if you live in Tucson, Arizona, yo, Tucson, anybody from Tucson? Anybody from the Tucson area? Go ahead and speak up. Where you is? If you're in the Tucson, Arizona area on February 28th, EcoFlow, I believe, is the name of the dispenser or the name of the grow shop, is having Mr. Mike Cheng coming to do a grow course, a grow class, and will be featuring stash nutrients in his conversation. And if you make it down there and you purchase stash nutrients, you can get 30% off. Okay? 30% off, because we want to give a shout out. So if anybody's in Tucson, anybody's in the area, I believe it's EcoFlow. Let me just check my notes one more time. I want to make sure I give the right spot out. Eco Grow store. Eco Grow. Go and check it out, man. Go and check it out. Mike Chang's a absolute genius. You've seen him on From the Stash. You've seen him on Mr. Grow It's Garden Talk, breaking down organics and nutrients in general, and even touching on Stash Blend. He's a really cool guy, man, and he's going to be doing a grow course and a grow class. And if I had the opportunity to go there, I totally would. So if you're in the area and you want to learn a little something about weed, go and check it out, man. Go and check it out. So, Mrs. P.
Yeah.
We took a trip in a helicopter today, didn't we?
We did.
We did. We took a helicopter trip, ladies and gentlemen, through a forest. This is the, I think it was the Rosin Evolutions Industries helicopter we were in.
Okay.
Yeah, check it. Take a look at the footage we got here. All this is necessary for the YouTube algorithm. Okay. Check this out. So we actually caught an avalanche while we were in a helicopter. Okay, check this out. Going through a forest of beautiful trees. Then we found this crazy bush that turned into a waterfall. This is shout out to who is this, Mrs. P again? Marvin Lee?
I think so.
This is Marvin Lee over on X, ladies and gentlemen. This is what AI was meant for, okay? This is Marvin Lee. I do like to take credit for all the beautiful work we showcase over here, but it's all part of the this is syrup. Okay, that's syrup. And Rosin Evolution Industries is who had the helicopter. Just incredible stuff here. Huge shout out to Marvin Lee, man. Huge shout out to Marvin Lee. Is that not cool?
Is it Marvin?
Huh?
It is Marvin.
Matt McConnell. Impressive. Yeah, that's pretty damn awesome, I thought. So, yeah. Shout out to Marvin Lee over on X. What's his handle, Mrs. P?
At Surface Area 999.
Thank you. He's literally, I refer to this guy's work all the time in the show. Sorry for all the comments that are being held for review. I don't make up these rules, okay?
I thought you hate flying. Actually, not our first time in a helicopter.
No.
Surprising enough.
Thank you, Brina. StashBlend.com for more information. Yeah. How you doing, girl? Mrs. P's right. We've been in a helicopter before. We took a helicopter on like our first few months of dating, actually.
Nothing like an 18-hour road trip when you've been together for 4 months to Lake of the Ozarks to just hang out for a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah, it was very cool.
It was good.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Very awesome. I would love to go back. Beautiful spot.
Miracle's Edge, me 313. Dude, this is my dream trip right there. Happy. That's my happy place, dude. You and I both, friend. You and I both. P and Mrs. P, what's up? Blazing A is in the house. Shout out to you and the missus. How are you? Any chance that Mrs. P can turn Mr. P's volume up, please and thank you. I don't. We can, but we were just having slight audio difficulties. So unfortunately, you might have to just turn it up. I will try to make sure that I'm not talking too far away from my microphone this time. I promise. The grill question is, the grill question is really, do you pee out the window? Yes. Yeah. It's a recirculating system.
Of the helicopter?
Yeah.
Or in general?
Or you just hold it. I don't know. Peeing out window in general doesn't sound like a horrible idea. Doug. However, that was pretty sweet. The story that I wanted to cover here, there's not really a whole lot of a story here, just more a lot of a conversation. is in regards to a big company that is bullying a small company. But before I get into that, okay, I want you to think about that for a second. But before I get into that, I want to ask you a question, because I want to ask you a question, and then later on, I want to come back to this question, and I want to get your answers, and I kind of want to go over your opinions in the chat and kind of have a conversation about it. I posted on my X a post that said, "What's an opinion of the weed industry that would have you in this position?" Now, I gotta be totally honest. I stole this meme from somebody else, and literally I see this meme everywhere. That's like in regards to, I think I took it from an NHL post where it was like, what's an opinion of the NHL that would have you in this position? But I want to ask you, what's an opinion of the weed industry that would have you in this position? Okay. And then we're going to get back to that. Okay? We're going to get back to that. However, I got a link to a story from an anonymous source that's already been broken, so it doesn't even matter. But there's a magazine, Skunk Magazine, that is going through some trademark battles with a very large company that you guys might be familiar with. Its subsidiary is Raw Papers. And the other company is, you can go ahead and pull it up, Mrs. B. The other company is, what's it, BBK or Tobacco?
BBK Tobacco and Foods LLP.
This company, Skunk Magazine, is trying to apply for a trademark for the name Skunk Magazine, and BBK Tobacco and Foods, which is associated with Raw Rolling Papers, and Josh Kesselman is blocking this magazine from using the word skunk in its name because it considers it an infringement upon a trademark and or copyright laws. And if you could, can you pull up the post itself, Mrs. P? Underneath, it's just underneath that. That's the post, just what they say.
Oh, it's hard to read because it's on a white background.
Oh, it is.
Do you want? I can try and.
Yeah, if you can. Yeah, I think I can. You read it?
I can.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
But only because it's at a weird angle.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, also, just so everyone knows, Josh Kesselman, owner of HBI International, BBK Tobacco and Foods, and Raw Papers, and now High Times for the last year, has been attempting to block my U.S. trademark for the last 2 years, saying that he has rights to the Skunk Magazine name and our ability to sell products under our umbrella. Does anyone think of Skunk Magazine when they think of Raw Papers? Answer me honestly. There is a multi-million-dollar company trying to bully and strong-arm a small, woman-owned, minority-owned, independent magazine who does not have the millions at this time to fight him back in trademark court. We're the only other global legacy 20-year-old magazine in the community. We have other trademarks and protections, and we will fight this when we can, but what does the global cannabis community think of this? It ultimately doesn't matter to us, the harm that he has tried to cause us, as we have many exciting projects developing and will continue to do what we are guided to do on behalf of humanity, Mother Earth, and our sacred plant. This certainly won't stop us. But the time has come to tell the truth. In every facet, and as people stick their noses up at his ass is disgusting, as it disgusts us at Skunk Magazine that people don't know the truth.
I'm not entirely sure how High Times or BBK Tobacco and Foods has any relation to skunk. I'm assuming they have a trademark, or they have a copyright or name on that name in particular. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you can't copyright the name of an animal, right?
I don't know. I was gonna ask that question.
You can't. So there's some formulation of the name, I feel, that is conflicting with the business now, or with the title, if you will.
See, but the thing is when you incorporate a business, as Skunk Global Media did, obviously by the LLC at the end, searches are done for any conflicting businesses that already exist, any conflicting trademarks, anything anywhere where part or all of that name is owned by someone already. So when they incorporated as Skunk Global Media LLC, it wasn't owned. It couldn't have been.
Well, it would be statewide, right? At first. And then I think you would apply to a trademark would be on a national.
I don't know how it works in
I don't know
the
how it works in
States.
America.
I know how it works here. And yes, it's provincial first. You can incorporate nationally as a Canadian incorporation. But it all goes through the same regiment of searches. So like when we incorporated our business, that search would have been put out nationally.
Yeah. Yeah. Essentially what we're seeing here is so Skunk Magazine can still use its name. This is essentially what happened in this application. Is the application for trademark was denied. It doesn't mean that there was a win. It doesn't mean there was a case. It doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean anything. Essentially, the application for the name was denied. So Skunk Magazine can still use its name. They can still use that name without any issues. The what you're seeing here, though, is a push out. It's a push out. It just seems as if you've got a large company with millions of dollars of resources trying to strong arm a smaller company, and in this case, a small woman-run company. And you know what? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. We've seen this action happen in the papers industry. There was a long battle in which I covered between Vibes or Cookies and Raw, their battle for paper dominance, if you will. And it just seems like it's a ruthless, cutthroat industry. And I'll be honest with you, as somebody, like, I have dabbled in the old school kind of publication media and industry, if you will, and it is fucking ruthless. When I first got started creating content, I was just a small, I wasn't nobody. I was just trying to like create videos and shit, and it was incredible to think of the amount of power that portion of the industry wanted to have over me. And it's frustrating. And actually, as a matter of fact, my NDA is up this year.
I was gonna ask if you were gonna mention.
So yeah,
That'll be a fun episode.
I haven't been able to talk shit at all for 10 fucking years because of shit. So anyways, that ends this year, and so I'll be able to share all. But the reality is that I learned firsthand that this concept of community and like kind of wholesome kumbaya, it ends very quickly once money gets involved. As soon as money gets involved and influence gets involved, it's just like anything else. It's fucking ruthless, man. It's ruthless. The amount of people that'll take advantage of you is way higher than the amount of people you're going to be able to work with strategically. And you just have to be able to navigate that and try to find, your path. And if you haven't experienced it yet, unfortunately, your time will come. If you're in it and you're trying to figure it out, or you're just trying to get started, it's like I'm being very vague and very ambiguous for a reason. But I just, I'm not trying to scare anyone, but it just doesn't surprise me that this intellectual and financial bullying happens. It does. That's the reality of it. Everyone is intimidated by the new. Everyone that thinks they have their little niche is impenetrable, and they forget that collaboration is king. That's how I feel. And ultimately you just have this situation where it becomes like this I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. It's really just, it's fucking ruthless. It's ruthless. It's business is really what it is at the end of the day. So it's like, I'm not surprised that BBK Foods is taking this stance, even though there's almost no relation between their products, their business, their everyday business, just what's happened, and then Skunk Magazine. I just can't see the relationship between there. But of course, Skunk has such a predominant name in weed that it's like I wouldn't doubt that like BBK Foods, Tobacco and Foods has like skunk.com or skunkweed.com or Skunk Magazine. Who knows? I wouldn't doubt that they have a wide array of those assets.
Okay, Chad C just said something interesting. He said, I have a Skunk magazine from March 2012 that came with a High Times magazine. Skunk was printed in Canada. So I wonder if Skunk was like a subsidiary or something at one point.
Google it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, Google it.
Because that would be a whole other ballgame.
Yeah, another can of worms. They're just going, they're just it's internal, or it's more of a personal battle.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, this stuff does happen. Choose wisely when it comes to your, when it's coming to your brand and your products, and try. You're gonna hit a wall, and that wall is going to be somebody with more money, more influence, and unfortunately, you're gonna have to come to a crossroad someday. And I remember, man, I came to my crossroad, and I thought it was gonna be something big and exciting, but little did I know it was just. They were just trying to take advantage. But David Martin LP says, raw dude, lost some stoner vibe, going corporate. Yeah. I've always covered these stories. I've kind of always been talking about the raw, and we covered the Italian papers story and where they were from, and the kind of the fibbing that was going on, or rather the purposeful sidestepping of facts. And it doesn't surprise me that why they it just doesn't surprise me that there's skeletons. But what's your opinion, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? Do you think highly of this move? Do you think, like, I'll be honest, man, it's okay to take a business approach to it, or a legal approach, and it's like, people have intellectual business that they need to protect. I get that too. I really do. But at the same time, it's almost like you'd almost think that this would be a prime opportunity for a collaboration, an opportunity for people to work together. Could you imagine the influence that Skunk Magazine could have if it was teamed up or working with, High Times or Raw in general? I feel like that could, there's a potential powerhouse there. But yeah, that's my opinion, and I'm asking, what's yours? What's yours, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? Mr. 420 Thangs is pulling up here too, man. Kush Daddy 1980, man. Personally, I like OCB for pre-roll cones, larger than zigzag or raw, and just as clean. Yeah, I don't smoke papers, so it's tough for me to find out, or to have I don't use papers at all.
Okay, there's
Cheers.
no association between the two. But man, there's a history behind that magazine.
Skunk Magazine?
No, High Times.
Oh, fuck yeah. Since the 70s.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, since the 70s. Yeah, High Times is the longest cannabis running publication in the world.
It said it rivaled the Rolling Stone
At a time.
at 87.
In 87, it rivaled the Rolling Stones.
Rivaled Rolling
That's
Stone.
pretty awesome.
No, Rolling Stone magazine, not the Rolling Stone.
Oh, that's what I meant. Sorry.
And
that's
National
what I meant.
Lampoon. I'm assuming that's another old magazine.
National Lampoon's Diary. Or Vacation.
No, it was a publication from 1970 to 1998. Crazy. Kesselman bought it for $3.5 million.
Yeah, cheap. I've never seen that kind of money in my life.
Cheap for a legacy like this.
But 3.5, but it was dying, and it's dying, and it's But
well, it says in the summer of 2017, High Times was sold to a group of investors.
Yeah.
For an amount estimated from $42 million to $70 million.
Yeah.
And he got it for 3.5.
Yeah, and that was essentially, 2017 was the beginning of the end. There was maybe, talking to Danny Danko, there was some moments and growing pains throughout the way, but as soon as it went corporate, it lost that vibe, it lost that grassroots feel of community, and it was all about, sponsors scratching each other's backs and giving each other these fake awards. The High Times Award became, just like a farce all in its own. And, I had a lot of hope. I have a lot of hope for High Times and for the magazine. It's like, even under the purchase of Josh Kesselman, I've talked about this before. It's like, I want nothing but the best for that magazine and for this community. And it's like, it is the best case that it goes to Josh for revival. I don't think that's a horrible thing. I think that's relatively good. I do think there's some good there. I do know the guy's a fucking pothead. I know he's a fucking stoner, dude. At least I think he is. You can always portray yourself on the internet as something, but it's like, at the end of the day, I do believe that, BBK Tobacco and Foods isn't isn't Josh Kesselman. Josh Kesselman is one dude. There's a board. There's going to be CEOs and other people in charge. And it's like, but, obviously he's got the influence to swing his opinion, but there's other people making these decisions. There simply has to be, especially a legal team working on the trademark. Could Josh plead the case that he has no idea that this is even a case that's happening? I think there's reason to believe that he could be like, I had no idea that they were even trying to push the case. You could say that, I tagged you and all this stuff, but dude, I get tagged in shit all the time and I don't see it and I'm a nobody. I have, and I mean that facetiously, but the reality is like, I don't get the amount of publicity and the amount of like pings and emails and things that he gets, and I get a ton. And it's like, I could imagine that he could argue that he didn't even know, right? So I would be curious if I could ever get him on the show. I would pose the question to him. I would ask him about these things and see what his opinion is. And I would, I think I will reach out to see if he has an opinion on this and see if I can bring it for next week's show, because I just got word of this story today. Well, I know, and that's how well I check my socials. Someone actually pinged this to me a couple days ago, but I just got it. But yeah, so needless to say, that's my opinion. What do you think? Is this just a strong arm, intellectual and financial move by BBK Tobacco and Foods, and trying to capitalize on the name skunk in any form or fashion is a massive grasp? Or do you think it's possible that BBK Tobacco and Foods has some kind of trademark or copyright on the name skunk in some form or fashion, and they're entitled to that name? Because I would hate to say it, but it's like, if in some form or fashion they have intellectual or trademark ownership of that name in some weird way. I don't know how you could get skunk. You know, obviously they got Skunk Magazine, so there was a way to do that. But I know that people buy up IP. I know people buy websites and intellectual, like they buy that property just so that it can be sold later. So that is a thing. And if that's the case, they got beat to it, then there needs to be some kind of conversation that needs to happen. But I think due to the history of Skunk Magazine, they're a 20 plus year publication. Like, we're not talking about something that just popped up overnight. And we're talking about Raw. It's like you have the opportunity for a very well collected collaboration here. So, what do you think?
I just
Can you beer me, Mrs. P, when you're ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you were gonna say something.
You said that you didn't think that you could trademark the animal name,
And
so I Googled it.
yeah,
Of course you can. Jaguar, puma, camel, cigarettes, like
oh
all of these.
yeah, oh yeah. Okay.
Right? I didn't even think, and I was like, "Oh, can you? You can. You 100% can."
Oh, yep. See, we learned something today, friends. I'm not the smartest friend, but we're gonna be presenting the news to you. I don't break the news; we just present the news, and we kind of dive through it together. This is a conversation, and I'm always interested to hear what you guys think about it. And yeah, Mrs. P brings up a really good point. Of course you can. So the likelihood of them having ownership of the name Skunk is actually probably pretty high. Probably pretty high. But again, as I mentioned, it doesn't go back to what I already said. There's an opportunity for collaboration, but certainly an opportunity for conversation between, lawyers or what have you. I know this is going to cost Skunk Magazine money, and money is hard to come by these days, particularly as a small organization and a magazine of all things. So, I would like to see them lawyer up, get an attorney so that they can have these conversations and present the best case forward.
He did say that, Tasty.
What's that?
Did he just say, "Can you beer me? What the hell am I? I am high."
Can you beer me, Mrs. B?
That is definitely what he said.
Yeah.
In Canada, that's how we ask for a beer.
Can you beer me? That's got to be universal. That's got to be universal, friends.
I feel like we say a lot
Weed
of
me.
things.
Weed me.
We say a lot of things here that we just think are normal that the rest of the world probably looks at us and go, "What?"
Dennis says she owns the trademark Skunk Magazine. Right. Correct. But I'm assuming that there's probably something. Yeah. There's going to be something correlated, something very close. They can argue that, like, it's put it this way. You don't have. No, let me rephrase this. People settle for millions of dollars out of court every year just so they don't have to battle in court for frivolous charges. So somebody will sue somebody for the most fucking, this is something that happens to rich people. Rich people get sued. They get sued and for whatever, but it's just cheaper for them to just pay it. And I'm not and don't think about something heinous. I'm not talking the Epstein shits or anything like that. I'm just talking more so like, it's easier to just, settle out of court so you don't have to pay for lawyers and you don't have to do for this kind of shit, right? So it's like, I feel like at worst, BBK, Tobacco and Foods, is going to strong arm. Doesn't mean they have a case. They're going to strong arm Skunk Magazine because there's something. This application was denied because there was no response. So this can continue to happen over and over and over again until something, until heads come together, right? And that can cost millions of dollars, or I don't know, hundreds of thousands of dollars. It costs a lot of freaking money. And it makes sense to me it makes sense how big business can use this as a strategy to take on the little guy, because the little guy is going to be like, fuck, can't afford it, right? So, yep. So even though Skunk Magazine, in my opinion, is probably, well, I can't even say my opinion because I don't know what the intellectual property is owned by sorry, I keep getting the confusion made here, by BBK Tobacco and Foods. I don't know what they own. I don't know what they own. So if we did, maybe we'd have a little more clarity here, but I simply don't know. But great conversation. My normal is definitely no one else's normal. I guarantee it. There's a question I asked. There's a question I asked before the story in regards to what opinion do you have about the cannabis industry that would have you in this position? I want to ask your opinion in just a minute, right after this story. I got another story coming up, and I think you guys are going to like this one. Because although, and I'll be honest with you, there are a few studies that are dropping, more and more studies that are dropping that are confirming a higher link of psychosis in cannabis. I want to be very clear about that. There are more studies that link this. However, I just hit these studies today, and I want to present them next week. So stay tuned for that next week. I'm going to be diving in a little bit deeper to cannabis and psychosis because I want to present a real argument. I want to present real information, and I don't want to highlight or gloss over anything and that's not relevant or relevant. And I want to present a solid argument. However, there is a study that's been released that I do want to focus on that suggests those who toke have a bigger brain. Yes, cannabis use linked to larger brain volume, better cognition in older adults. Dun, dun, dun. So, coming out of the UK, a new study suggests that cannabis use among middle-aged and older adults is associated with larger brain volumes and better cognitive performance, though researchers caution the findings should be interpreted carefully. The study from researchers at the University of Colorado, Anschutz, how would you pronounce that, Mrs. B? Anschutz.
Hell?
What have we done?
I don't know. Yeah.
Anschutz
And
Medical Campus analyzed data from the UK Biobank and focused on adults aged 40 to 77. Researchers found that greater lifetime cannabis use was linked to larger brain volumes in regions with high density of cannabinoid receptors, as well as improved performance on certain cognitive measures. Interesting how we read that 3 different ways in a row. Anika Guha, a clinical psychologist and faculty research associate at CU Anschutz, said the findings come as more older adults turn to cannabis for issues such as sleep problems and chronic pain. Quote, more older adults are using cannabis, Guha said. It's more widely available and is being used for different reasons than in younger folks. The researcher reported that moderate cannabis use was generally associated with larger brain volumes and better cognitive outcomes. In some measures, the highest use group showed the strongest associations. However, Guha noted that cannabis research is complex and limited by factors such as variation in product potency and composition, which were not fully captured in the data. I think that suffices because I'm sure they're just going to repeat the same thing in a different manner. Because it's interesting how that article could have been phrased in just 2 paragraphs rather than 7. I think it's very interesting. I think it's wow. As someone who is in my late 30s, coming from born in the late 1900s, I feel that cannabis does also have a positive effect on my cognitive abilities. I also feel that it has the ability to impair those very abilities as well. The fascinating thing that I think is crazy is that itself is bigger in volume. Does volume mean smarter? Does volume mean more intelligent? Does volume mean anything? Or is it simply bigger because there's more going on? We've connected receptors, and we've connected cells that have never been connected before, and or haven't been connected in a very long time, thinking as mankind has progressed. And so it fascinates me. The brain is a piece of material that I think is so under explained, because what I don't understand about the brain itself is like, or more so, the brain confirms the existence of another reality. And I say that in terms of like, if I asked you right now, let's go ahead and let's just all together close your eyes, and let's think of a dog. If I was to draw a picture of a dog, what do you see? Okay? Now, open your eyes. We're going to have a conversation. I'm going to say, do you have that picture of a dog in your head? Now, where is it? You can say, well, it's right here. It's in my brain. Okay. Well, scientists will tell you it's in the hippocampus. It's in the cerebral cortex. It's somewhere in here. Okay. So if I cut open the brain and I look inside your brain, am I going to find a little picture of a dog? There it is. I don't think so. Where is that dog? Where is that thought that's happening? To think that cannabis is having an impact on something this powerful, to me, is fascinating. Fascinating. And I want to see more science. Because, dude, I feel like over the course of the last 100 years, Ainslinger took it out because of the Mexicans in the 1930s, right? That's when the real reefer madness began. Up until then, and for millennia, people have been using cannabis. Mankind has been using cannabis. Many of us and our ancestors, and not ancestors, but I mean like in the last 100 years. So, look at your parents, look at their parents. It's possible that it's like, that's when weed stopped in many, many people, because you have to think the United States had the ability to ban weed internationally, right? That's how we have the international drug laws. Mankind stopped consuming, at least if they were going to pay attention, at least if they followed with the West and all that stuff. And you can argue that there's many countries that didn't, sure, but I'm not a part of those countries. It's like, how much were we deprived of those cannabinoids for the last 100 years? I don't have an answer to that, but I don't think the answer is zero. I don't think it's that it had no impact. We were deprived of cannabinoids for 100 years. Many of us. And it's like, what kind of impact did that have? Did our brains get smaller over the course of that 100 years, and now we're just finding out that we're getting that matter back? Huh? That's something I'd be willing to ask. This is the philosophical portion of weed that I absolutely love, and I love diving into. I love the philosophy of weed, man. I do think that mankind knew what weed was and how well it worked for so many years before the 1900s. The 1900s hit, and then we just took a turn. Turn for the worst, unfortunately, and we're all products of the worst turn in regards to cannabis consumption, which could have a massive impact. Can we all agree that people are stressed out more in our time about things that don't matter than ever before? We're more worried about things that aren't as dangerous to our everyday life today as we were back then. We're overworked, we're overstressed, we're overfed, we're over, pharmaceuticalized, we're underpaid. They pump us full of things that are just like so questionable. And it's like, do you think weed could have helped any of that? Do you think weed could have made us just a little less tight and a little more free? Of course, it's a no-brainer to me that that's why weed is intimidating to the powers that be. That's why I am so pessimistic about the powers that be giving us sheep. I'm sorry if you can't handle that, and I don't mean to be disrespectful. I'm a sheep too. Why would they give us weed, dude? Why would they allow us that? That doesn't make sense to me. It goes against everything that seems like is where we're headed. So that's why I'm so pessimistic, and I'm such an opportunistic, and I'm such a positive dude. But when it comes to weed, it's like they're not going to give it to us. Not in its purest, righteous, most holiest sense. That's why it's like I feel like many of us, if you try to share your experience about weed online and you wonder why you're suppressed, the reason why you're suppressed, and remember I always say, this is what gets me age restricted, watch. I'm going to say it anyways. It's because you're teaching people how to take care of themselves. You're telling people to ask questions. You're telling people to be self-sufficient. Don't be reliant on a system that is not forgiving. It doesn't care about you. But when you grow weed, when you take care of yourself, you get a feeling that is unreplaceable. You get a feeling that is undeniably positive, productive. And they don't want you to feel like that. They don't want you to feel like that. And it's like, that's why this plant's so powerful. And I feel like that's why I'm so gravitated towards it, is because it's like, it's not the mainstream. Don't let them believe it is. Don't believe when you walk in there that you have to buy 30% THC weed. Why is that? Because that's what the majority of people are just getting droned into. That's not the best weed. The best weed is not 30% THC. Shut up. And it's just like, it's like the best weed is the weed that really grabs you, speaks you in that entourage effect. It's got the smell. It's got the taste. It's got the potency. It's going to do what it's asking of you. You're going to open it up and you're like, whoa, dude. Whoa, dude. That's the experience. That's the experience. It's not 30% THC. Shut up. That's the weed they want us to have. That's the weed that like, don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. And it's just like, that's why this plant is such a beautiful thing. And that's why I think you should grow your own. Okay? Grow your own. Harness that feeling, man. Harness that feeling of providing for yourself. You know, everybody consumes a little bit differently too. And I think that's a conversation worth having always. Because it's like, people look at, Pigeons, look at him, man. He's sucking back that fucking massive ass fucking, looks like a fucking porn star the way he's hauling back on that thing, dude. Yeah, dude, thank you. I appreciate that. But I'm not. Dude, no, that might not be the way you consume, dude. Maybe for you, consumption looks like you've got muscle aches and you're using a lotion. Maybe some kind of, CBN, CBD, some kind of lotion, CBG. And it's very effective for you. You don't think smoking is effective for your lungs. It's not working for your lungs. It doesn't feel right for you because it's not. It's not. You're finding cannabis in the lotion, man. Maybe you enjoy edibles. Maybe you enjoy, maybe going out with your friends. Maybe your friends enjoy drinking and you're like, fuck, man, I'm trying to give up alcohol, dog. Man, I really think it's abusive to my system and it's really negative to my system. But you know what does it for you? Maybe a THC beverage, man. Maybe you enjoy a THC beverage, something that's infused, something that's light, gets you to feel a little bit loose, something that makes you feel like, I'm okay. I'm not lost in drunken haze. Maybe that's cannabis for you. You can't smoke it because maybe it doesn't do the right things for you, but that's okay. That's that conversation I think is so ever important that we don't have enough. Where it's like your method of consumption doesn't look like anybody else's, and that's okay. You only enjoy your weed on a Saturday night. after a long work week and, the kids are in bed and it's 10 o'clock and you have the opportunity to step out on the porch and smoke a joint, and that's weed to you. And that's the most important thing. That's the most important thing. And that experience shouldn't be lost, and that consumption is there for you. Don't get lost in thinking that your consumption isn't important too. And I don't mean consumption in regard to how you're eating or smoking, but how you're taking cannabis into the body, right? So yeah. How do you consume? What's your main focus when it comes to weed? I'm really curious to know. Do you enjoy a bong? Do you enjoy a bong once in the morning before work? For me, people could argue that I'm addicted to weed. Dude, I have a very addictive personality. I get addicted to everything. I can get addicted to people. I can get addicted to routine. I can get addicted to video games. I can get addicted to just anything. It's just it's very easy for me. Drugs, for example. It took me a long time to break that, get away from drugs, and use weed as a way to free myself. But for me, yeah, I do feel as if I perform my best with a good rip in the morning. Gets me started. Sometimes that rip doesn't even start until like 11 o'clock, and I've been up since 7, right? So I found myself doing a bunch of shit, and it's like, dude, I haven't even smoked today. 7 a.m. I'm up, away I go. But then, by 11, it's like, dude, I need to have a rip. Haven't even had a rip today. How do you enjoy it? Because it's important. Not at work. Yeah, that's fair. And I'm so glad you guys are participating in the chat. Shout out to everybody here, man. Let me give a quick shout out to everybody that's pulling up. You guys, you animals. If you didn't know, philosophy's kind of my thing. And, I love dabbling in the what if or the why of cannabis. And I honestly believe the what if and the why looks different for all of us. And I'm always excited to hear what you think. I love how some long flowering cultivars make me feel. Oh, and yes, bong, 100%. If I have one close, ball vape indoor, mighty outdoor, tasty. You're a mighty guy too, hey? I only work high. I get it. Yep, I get it. Little sips with lots of friends, P. Double A. Wake up at 5:30 and the first blunt around 7 on the way to work. Nug. That's working for you, dude. I love to hear that. Usually a joint or bong, dab sometimes, hash time. Stoned or asleep. D Juggalo, I understand that. Yeah, I get it. Good evening, Mr. Gannix. Good to see you, friend. Scott Williams. That thought I was the black sheep. They thought I was the black sheep. I've been the black sheep my whole life, my friend. And it's like you just kind of learn how to ride with it, friend. You just learn how to ride with it. That's how it goes. P or Charm City Chaos. Love P with T and an iced up bong. I love that. Thank you for joining. Thank you, guys. Welcome to Tea with P every Thursday, 9 p.m. Central. Nothing off the table here. All things nudes, culture, science, health. Trying to break the stigma. And not necessarily. I'm just trying to have a conversation about weed, man. In the same way that ESPN exists and Sportsnet exists and Cosmo exists and HGTV exists, there is a world of weed out there, man. And the conversation of such is so important to me, man. And I just love it. Weed's changed my life, Music raised me. Cannabis saved me. And I'm ever so thankful for that. And if you ever want to participate and join in on the conversation, you can do so at Pigeons420 over on X. That's a place where I'm always talking about weed, searching weed, looking for weed. If there's a story that speaks to you, check it out and hit me up, man. I'm also over on Instagram. Check out my garden over there at Pigeons420 over on Instagram. I actually posted my garden just like couple days ago, maybe. I don't even really remember. I slack at Instagram, but I promise I'm going to get better. I do promise. And I'm live almost every single day over on Twitch. I'll be live pretty much most of the day tomorrow. Come and check me out. I do a lot of gaming over there, But the reality is I do a lot of live conversation over there. So if you want to come and just ask me something live, man, anything you want. I'm literally an open book. I feel like I'm one of the most accessible people here, man. I'm live. Oh, hello. Did you turn me up there, or did I turn myself up? Sorry, turn myself up. Scared myself.
I was gonna say I didn't touch anything.
I'm live every single day. Chad, Mr. Chad Westmore's in the house? No, he's not. Is he, Chad? Chad, get over here. Get over here, man. Riding like a wiggle thing on springs at McDonald's Playland. Oh, I love that. Yeah, baby. Yep. Yeah,
I also miss McDonald's Playland, Robert. McDonald's used to be fun.
They're gone.
Now it's just depressing.
Yep.
I actually saw a picture the other day of like the old McDonald's restaurants with like the hamburger seats, the little bar stools that were hamburgers, and like it was such a fun place.
It was a vibe.
What happened?
Everything got commercialized.
It's so sad.
Yeah, everything got commercialized.
The kids will never know.
I asked you guys a question. We're going to get to that question right now. I asked you guys a question, and if you thought about it, start typing it in, because for some reason YouTube is like 30 seconds behind. However, I asked a question, and I kind of want to go over it in the chat with you guys right now. I don't want to just kind of get some vibes, get some feels. And I'm not trying to shit on anything. I'm trying to help. Conversation is important. I might come off as a cynical, drama stirring, but I'm not trying. I'm really not trying. The idea is that I'm just trying to have a conversation, and nothing is off the table. Good actors, bad actors, good processes, bad processes. Sometimes it's a completely ignorant take. But I want to get just down to what's happening in our space and kind of be open in conversation about it. So what is your opinion of the weed industry that would have you in this position? What do you think? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? What is a position you would have, or an opinion that you would have, that would see you turned up against the wall with everybody being like, the mob's coming after you? Just to stir up some conversation, there was a couple of people that posted underneath that. You want to highlight them?
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? Some of these were like, okay, but others were, because I was like, no, I actually agree. Most people agree, I think. But home growers should be allowed to sell their flowers.
I 100% agree with that.
I 100% agree with that as well. In the same way that I can sell my honey, I can sell my bread.
That picture that we had up the other day of the farmer's market.
The Amish?
The Amish people. Yes, 100% that should be allowed.
Yep. Yep, I totally agree. Hold on. Live chat comes first. Pointing out that they have... I don't use caps, because then everybody's going to use caps, but I got it for...
He's been using caps all night.
Oh, I can't read
They
it then.
might be stuck on.
No, I'm going to read it. I clearly haven't seen it anyways. Pointing at that they use toxic pesticides. Yeah, there is toxic pesticides that get used in the legal market. It's been exposed by many. It's been reported by many, myself included. And yeah, the question is, though, is that having any true impact on the end flower? Pesticides do exist. If you were to drink neem oil, for example, which I do not recommend, it would be toxic, and then therefore a toxic pesticide, I guess. No, not necessarily in that same sense. I'm kind of like grasping, but it could be toxic, right? But it's very effective. It's a very effective method.
To be devil's advocate, though, our fruits and vegetables are also sprayed with deadly pesticides throughout their life cycle.
Very well. Speak closer to the mic.
Oh, sorry. And, like, you do wash them before you eat them, but how much does that really take away? Like, some of that has to be soaked in over time. So, same thing?
Yep. The thing is I always argue you're not smoking your vegetables. So as long as those pesticides aren't being used and are being, again, not toxic. They shouldn't be toxic. They shouldn't be all these things.
Like
There's
you're talking ingestion versus combustion.
Yeah, your stomach is
Gotcha.
your stomach is a beast in regards to
Acid.
yeah,
for sure.
eating things off and so on and so
All
forth.
right, I get it.
But your lungs aren't, and so that there is but people use pesticides, and you can't drink pesticides. They're going to be toxic. So I'm trying to get an equal playing field here. Pesticides work efficiently and effectively when you use the right ones at the right time. Chad, Mr. Westport, the words weed and industry should never have been put together. That's a very good, that's a very strong opinion, actually. And you know what? I could see that. Very good, Chad. That's a very good one, because that opinion there makes me realize that, it makes me realize that you're not alone. There are so many people out there that say the legal weed industry has killed the weed it's killed it. It's killed the culture. And I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, Chad, please. I appreciate what you said. I'm kind of elaborating off that. So please don't let anybody, I don't want anybody to allude to that. I'm not putting words in anyone's mouth, but people have said that, the legalization of weed has essentially killed the culture of it. And to some degree, I can see why people would come to that conclusion. However, here I am. See, and this is where I'm not so pessimistic anymore. This is where I hold tight to my grassroots. And I know, Chad, you'd agree, is where it's like that culture and that community and that weed exists, right? It does, dude. It does. And I know you felt it. I know I've felt it. And I can almost say that most of the people in the chat have felt it, or you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here. If you feel in any way that anything I've said tonight has spoken to you in a negative or positive light, and you've inspired some form of conversation in your head, you agree to this. There is good weed out there. There is community out there. There's culture out there. There's vibrance. There's love. There's acceptance. There's art. There's music. It's just, there's so many things. It exists. It exists, and it's beautiful. But when we went legal, we opened that door. We opened that door, dude. And we were like, not necessarily even us. We didn't even open that door. No, we didn't. We didn't even open that door. We opened our windows. We opened our windows and our shades. We looked outside and we saw that there was a crowd out there. And when the crowd starts to gather, it's like there's some good people out there, man. But there's maybe some people that don't have the best interests in mind. I see them out there. And it's like it just grew. It just grew. I don't think did some bad people get into our circle, into the house? Maybe. Bad actors exist in every form or fashion. Don't care. Teachers, lawyers, doctors, nurses, farmers, everyone. There's bad people everywhere. There's good people everywhere. And it's like, but our culture and our community, it still exists. It's still vibrant. And it's there. And so there has to be a way where we manage to harness what is the industry, what is the commercialization, what is the legalization of weed. We're going to figure it out. We don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. We're going to figure it out. But we haven't harnessed the industry yet, which is all the people out there, dude. We're looking out the window and I'm seeing them all, and some people are yelling and stuff, but there's a lot of, there's some pretty ladies out there, dude. And there's some, there's babies out there. Like there's some things happening. It's a beautiful place. But the reality is like, we have to figure out how to incorporate all of that. or maybe not even incorporate it, but get it to a place where it's like we build a fence and we can like keep it at bay. I don't know. I don't have that answer. I really don't have that answer, but the house isn't broke. That's all I'm trying to say. And so I want legalization. I think I stand for weed. I think I stand for the harness of the individual to take the seed and to turn it into something that you want to express. I feel like I believe that at the hardest core, and I don't think anything can stomp on that. And please never forget those that came before us and those that have trudged the path and faced the abuse and the prosecution, and they're the ones that laid the bricks so that I could take forth and I could champion this plant with everything that I have. And it's like, I believe that. I really do. But I also think it should be legal. I think everyone should have access to it. Everyone. So it's like a good form of legalization exists, but I don't know how to get there. I think it starts with conversation, dude. I know that's so fucking cliche, but I think it does. I think that's like, this is that philosophical aspect of weed where it's like, how do we get to the finish line? How do we do it? I don't know. I don't have that answer, but it's like I know that I know it exists. I know it exists. People are done talking about beer. They're just talking about how bad it is now because we took such a harsh approach at it, right? But it's like nobody's having these real philosophical thoughts about alcohol. No, not at all. No, it doesn't exist. So that's why weed's special, dude. We stand together on the shoulders of giants. Is that the quote? You said it. That's the quote I'm running with, brother. Mrs. P, can you pull out? I can't believe it took me this long to share with you something so beautiful. Miss P, to the big screen. Check this out, friends. Check this out.
Oh, I was like, what?
Oh. Okay, there's a little green on it.
There's a little green on it.
There's a little green on it. That's okay, you'll get it. There we go, if I don't move it. Check this out, friends. Check this out. So, as I just went, I wanted to share this at the top of the show, and I totally forgot.
I watched you move it over there, too, so that you could talk about it.
And I didn't.
No.
And I didn't. This is a piece of artwork by a friend of mine from my boys' hockey team. Bless his soul. Shout out to my guy. Soltis. Shout out to you, dude. This was created by him. This is a beautiful. Can you go to the other one, Mrs. B? Oh, it picks up so beautifully too. It's a little out of focus.
It's not bad, though. Those colors are great.
Oh, it's got texture to it. I can feel it.
Yeah, he did a great job.
It smells a little bit like paint. Like canvas. It's beautiful. Oh. I'm so thankful, man. Look how beautiful this is. So, I have I'm telling you. Can you go to the other scene, Mrs. P? Look at all the beautiful work I have. So I have this beautiful piece, and then check out that beautiful piece, and this beautiful piece. I have such gorgeous pieces.
You've got a few more that we moved to the far wall.
Oh, you're right. I got a bunch over there, actually.
Yeah.
I forgot. Oh, my God. And so, I just hold on. I don't want to damage anything, so I'm thinking very hard right now. And I can't talk. So, there we go. When somebody puts a piece together like that for me, I'm so flattered because, dude, I'm telling you, and a rug. I forgot about the rug.
Oh yeah, the rug too.
You
can't even
can't really see it, but you can see the corner of it. Somebody sits and thinks, maybe they don't think about me the whole time. Maybe they think about life. Maybe they think about all kinds of things. But for a moment in time, I have consumed somebody's thoughts. Somebody is thinking about me, and I can't tell you how that feels. You know, my whole life, I would have killed to be noticed. I would have been killed to be noticed by somebody, and it is a very vast world out there. And I know a lot of people, I'm sure a lot of people feel what I'm talking about. And it's just like, to know that there's somebody that's thinking about me, dude, and put together something incredibly beautiful like that for me is just such an incredible feeling, dude. Man, I was thinking about this the other day, man. It's like we've all been through a lot of shit, man. We've all been through a lot of shit. And it's like, if I lost everything tomorrow, if all I had was Mrs. P and Lil P, and I had to survive on the sticks and the grass and the trees, and I had nothing left, dude, I would live such a happy life off the memories and off of the things that I've done to get to that point. Because it's just incredible, dude. It's incredible. People don't get a chance to do these things. People don't get a chance to be in a position like this. And it's just like, wow. Thank you. Just so cool, dude. So cool, man. Just an incredible feeling. So, yeah, shout out to all of you, man. You are all the people that I'm talking about, man. The way you guys look at me, and the way that you guys come into the comments and the chat and the fucking support and the fucking every show and the likes, and it's little things, dude, but I don't miss it. I see everything, man. And if I had a way to just repay everyone I would, man. I'm just so thankful for all the things that you guys have done for me, man, and I'll never forget any of this. So, like I said, this is like an online run. The online run, this is what I do for a living. This is what I do. And the online run doesn't last forever. The fact that I've made it this long is a miracle. It's incredible. Sure, it's will, it's perseverance, it's all these things. Sure, it is, but you can't deny the fact that it just doesn't happen. And you can also understand that it comes to an end. And I want you to know that I will never forget this. I'm never going to look back and think, oh, God, I could have done it differently, or all dudes. Thank you. And I hope that you have the opportunity to live the same fashion, because just take a look around and at the people in your life and the experiences that we have and the opportunities that were provided. It's the little things that stack up, and I'm so thankful for it. So anyways, I appreciate you guys. T with the gifted membership. Dude, thank you, man. Chaotic with the gifted membership from T. Thank you guys, man. P the blogger, man. I started as a blogger, believe it or not. When I got into this game in 2014. 2014 is when I started my experience online with cannabis. Now, I was not doing it as a career. I was just blogging. I was just sharing my experience online and just writing up every single day what weed was doing for me and what I was trying to do for the plant in my care. And yeah, dude, it's crazy how it all begins. Crazy how it all goes, though, too, you know. It's crazy the amount of people that have come and gone, and the lights that have flickered, and the personalities that, I'm very thankful. Shout out to Rob and Chris and Nate from Grower's House, dude. Pretty cool dudes, and I'm very thankful for them. And shout out to Stash Nutrients. I have my own company now. It's Stash Nutrients, guys. Stash Nutrients. And I can't tell you enough how I can't believe I got to a point where it's like all the things that I said about growing great weed and trying to put a product together and, you know, not being a slave to high prices and bottles and bottles and bottles and bottles, dude. It's like it all came to fruition. It all came to real life, and the reality is you can now get it now with Stash Nutrients. That is our product to offer the world. And when I say our, that's Rob, Chris, and Nate from Growers House, man. It's so cool, dude. So cool, man. So don't miss out. Don't miss out. I'm actually going to be putting my first soil amendment together this week. I'm going to be putting everything together because I got some transplants to do. And actually, believe it or not, I'm going to be live on Twitch tomorrow morning. And I got some work to do. So if you guys want to tune in and hang out, it's Twitch at Pigeons420. I'm going to be doing some garden work first thing in the morning because I got some gaming to do tomorrow because it's been almost 2 days and I haven't done any gaming. I did a little bit gaming yesterday. That was a bold-faced lie, but I was not live and it doesn't count. Okay. But aside from that, I got a little bit of gardening to do tomorrow. The garden is looking absolutely flawless. I can't wait for you guys to see it. I got deleted on Discord, so I can't even show you via that way. So I have to think of something else. But I've got to do some work. I got to mend the soil together. My very first soil amendment application with the full and final, the product Stash Nutrients, guys. This is my first time going organic ever in my life. One time, whole time, every time. Okay? And I want you guys to be there. Okay? First time. I'm doing it, friends. I'm going to do it. Okay? I'm really, really stoked about it. So I'm going to try to figure everything out. I'm probably going to fail. But the reality is, have you seen my genetics box? It's very vast. It's very vast. I got a lot of trial runs I can make it. I got a lot of trial runs.
Try a few times.
Yeah. Wait, P's going organic? Oh, as organic as I'm gonna. Yeah. Because Stash Nutrients is like 90 whatever percent, 95 or whatever percent, 99 probably percent organic, but we didn't want to play the organic certification game, which in my opinion, and I speak for myself, is a money grab. And so we can't, as far as my understanding goes, and I'm a peon, we can't totally use the word organic in a actual certified sense of the term. Somebody will be like, yes, we can. I'll be like, okay, sorry about that. Yes, sorry about that again, friend. Sorry again. But yeah, so yeah, I'm going organic. And I'm really excited about it. Synganic. Yeah. Well, Stash Blend too, dude. Organic. Boom, baby. It's organic amendments. There's when you're trying to get certification, again, we've talked about all this because I've had meetings with the guys and they broke this down and had all the conversations. But let me tell you, I can take all the notes that I want in the world. But the reality is that I miss things sometimes. There's processes that go on in the collection of the resources that can or cannot trigger organic amendments or not, and so on and so forth, and certain amounts and this and that. And again, I'm in over my head, but yeah, I'm stoked. What are you reading up on, Mrs. B? Found anything?
No, I was just seeing if it said anywhere.
No, I'm almost certain it doesn't.
I also expected the bag to be a lot heavier when I picked it up.
Well, in fairness, Mrs. P, I hate to say this to you, you have a demo bag. Inside there is, I believe, Promix, cocoa, and perlite.
Oh.
That bag is heavy as shit, I'll be honest with you. You have the what, 4 pound? Or that's...
I have the 4 pounds.
Yeah, the 4 pounds. I got the 15 pound there. They're 4 pounds. 4 pounds. I'm a little guy. Leave me alone. So yeah. But I'm really stoked to check it out. I can't wait to dive into it some more. And I'm going to be doing so live tomorrow on Twitch. Okay? Which camera am I on? This one? Yep. And then that was a really good question. It's funny how we dove so far off. That was a really good answer to the question in regards to I segued on my artwork. That's what it was.
Yeah. Show the 4-pound bag if you can.
Oh, here, just toss it at me.
Is it
No,
the
this
one-
is. No, the one on the table is.
Yeah.
That one is the 4-pound bag. But it doesn't look. This isn't it either. Wait. No, this is cocoa. This is cocoa. Mine are out in the nutrient. Mine are out in my watering hole
Because you just got the 15-pound bags.
Yeah, I got 2 15s. Base and bloom. But yeah, that's about what it is. But stashnutrients.com. I'm telling you guys, this is going to be game changing. It's cost effective. You're getting a ton of it, and it's going to last you a fair amount of time. Miss speaking of beer. Show me Hydro. Good to see you, friend. You should be able to toss it.
I'm not hucking
There's
a beer across
nothing
the room.
breakable except for my phone, the laptop, the mic, the lights.
Your
the
face?
back. I can catch my face, dear. I can catch with my face. I can catch with my face.
Can't throw. I know you can catch.
Insanity.
I
Good to
can't
see you, friend. They're in display on over. Yeah. His aren't. Never mind.
Did you just try to out him?
No, I didn't at all. Make your own conclusion. Draw your own conclusions. Draw your own conclusions. No, we had this is the same thing with my 85 liter bag. This is the 1 pound or no,
That's the
15. This is 15 pounds. Massive. And this holds 85 lighters. Plus, actually, in fairness, it's like a chip bag. It's only like this. It's only this full. There's 85 lighters in here, friends. But yeah.
The goal this year will be to fill up the rest of it.
100. What twitches? What?
What?
Brady, Twitches at Pigeons420?
Like on Twitch?
I don't know. It wasn't a full sentence. I'm a little lost. What twitches? What twitches? Well, sometimes I twitch in bed. Mrs. P gives me shit for it all the time.
Because you scare the crap out of me in the middle of the night.
You guys ever get this weird nerve feeling in your finger? Where it's like if I stretch it too far one way, it feels like my nerve is sore and I can like feel it. You ever get that where you can like almost see your nerve sometimes?
No.
Somebody say yes.
Is that what happens in the middle of the night when you
Because I did it.
hit me?
Oh, I hurt my finger. Hey, P, Mrs. P, bring some blend to MJ Berlin, please. I'll take some bags. It is available. Stash Blend, Stash Nutrients is available. Eventually, I'm sorry, it is not available. I just lied. We sent it overseas, but it's not available overseas. Wow, what a liar.
I would totally bring some. However, the price of baggage on overseas flights is atrocious.
I'm trying to figure out a way to bring the family to Germany. Okay? Trying to find a way to...
Elliot already said that he'd get me there. I don't know what you're doing. I'm going with them.
Getting old, P. East Coast, I know, dude. Oh, ow, I heard it, dude. I can feel it. It's sore,
Stop
dude.
doing that.
Well, shit, you're right, probably. But no big deal. I'm gonna put my cold beer in that hand. It'll feel better immediately. There was also so Berlin. We got Spain going on. I'm not gonna make it to Spain. I don't think.
I would like to go next year.
We haven't ruled it out, but I don't. It's just I gotta save up. If I'm gonna do one big trip this year, I've gotta figure out what it's gonna be. It has to be Berlin. Like I do believe I'm gonna make it to Miami. I'm not sure Mrs. P is gonna make it to Miami, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make it to Miami in December. But I want to bring the family to Germany, and that is so expensive. But it has to happen. I have to figure out how to make it happen. Here's another thing too: is like the price of traveling. If you should definitely try to get out and travel. I know we all make different amounts of money, and I don't make a lot of money. No, we all don't make a lot of money. That's the reality. But you have to be able to take some of that money that we end up paying to our bills and all that stuff and spend it on yourself. And I do think you deserve to travel. I really do. And, you know, saving is tough. I understand. But you deserve it. You deserve it. And so if you have the opportunity, you don't have to go far. You don't have to go extravagant. But definitely have an opportunity to get out and just spend some of that money on you, that hard work on you.
I always remember my grandparents like never went anywhere, and they'd always tell us it's because they wanted us to have money to inherit when they passed away. And which was very nice of them, and I appreciated very much in my early 20s when that happened. But my thoughts were always like, no.
Enjoy it.
Go enjoy your hard-earned money. And like they never went anywhere, and I just like I'm not willing to do that. It's like I will spend every last penny that I have. Lil P doesn't need anything when we go because we're gonna spoil him while we're here.
Yep.
Like, why not? I want to see a smile on his
Spend it
face.
while you got it. Spend it while you got it, friends. I know it's horrible advice. Do not take financial advice from Mr. and Mrs. P. Okay? For the record, okay? We are, you know, I'll admit, when we first got together, we understand what poverty looks like. We are fully aware of what poverty looks like. And, you know, thankfully, you know, we've been able to pull ourselves out of poverty, and we live, you know, I would say comfortably in the middle class. However, comfortably in the middle class means, you know, it's still, there's a lot of uncertainty. And
some months are a little less comfy than the next.
It can be tough, and it's tough for everyone. I just wanted that to be very, very aware. So, but it's like, make sure you're spending some of that time on you, because
treat yourself.
You can't take that shit with you, man. And I don't believe in being a multi-millionaire with billions and billions of money, because it's like, what the fuck do you do with it? What do you do with it?
I'd give it away.
I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. And it's like, I just want to be comfortable. I just want to know what it's like to not live, just to live comfortable. Yeah, I think that's the strive we're all looking for. And I think it's worth it. He caught you with his kisses, Mrs. P. I got good kisses. Boy, I work these lips. Boys, take care of your women, okay? It's another thing. You know, I like to talk to men, too. I really do, because that's another thing. We don't talk enough. We don't talk enough about our issues and our problems, our struggles, and all those things. And it's like, yep. Take care of your women. It's okay to be to be a provider, to take care of your family. These are things that get overlooked and things that should be highlighted. Things that, you know, you're not going to get an award for. Nobody's going to stand up and give you an ovation for providing for your family. No, you know. But the reality is like, those are the things that make us whole. Those are the things that make us feel value. So don't forget that. Don't forget that. Bill Ward can grow 20 plants in a 6-inch kiddie pool. Yeah, the guy's not even human, though. The guy's RoboCop. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's a great opportunity for us to segues. Hey, what do you think? What do you think? Did we miss anything too crazy, Mrs. P? Hit me.
The divorce rate.
On a very serious note, ladies and gentlemen, this is why the divorce rate in Canada is so damn high. Now reporting.
Why the divorce rate is so high in Canada. As you can see, this young woman is shoveling heavy snow. Where is her husband? Nowhere to be found. She probably does all the cooking, all the cleaning, all the folding laundry. Oh yeah. This is why the divorce rate is so.
It's so true.
Oh, Jesus, ladies and gentlemen, I absolutely love that. Men, take care of your women, okay? Take care of your women. It is or your woman. I guess women, you got mothers and sisters and wife. Daughters. So take care of your women, okay? That is something to feel pride in. Be there for your children. raise your families, and work hard. I said work hard is like the fifth one down because your family is the most important thing. We are working to support our lives. He who doesn't like his life makes work his life. That's a motto I swore I would acknowledge and understand, because it is so, there is a fine line between chasing your dreams and raising a family. You deserve to chase your dreams for as long as you live. We don't have to stop dreaming, because why? But you have to raise your family. You have to be there for your children. You have to be there for your wife and your family. So it's like there is a fine line that comes between balancing those two things, but one fuels the other one, and quite frankly, vice versa. But there's an importance level. Your family needs you. Your women need you. Your children need you, and you have to be there for them. There's no excuses. Absolutely no excuses. So find purpose in that. Try to make sure that you're set times for yourself so that you're not working all the time, and that you can be there and be emotionally available to the people that you love. Okay, it's so important, and often overlooked. And I'm speaking from the heart here, because this is something that I struggle with all the time. Because it's easy for me to stop at 5 o'clock. It's easy for me to walk upstairs and go up there and end my shift at 5 o'clock, but my mind doesn't shut off. Mrs. P's looking me dead in the eye, having a conversation, and I am just ghosted, gone, because I'm not present. I'm not there. I'm still at work, dreaming, chasing, and that's not fair. That's not fair. So make sure that, especially if you're on a shift working for somebody else, it's okay to be dedicated. But at that 5 o'clock, you are done. You're done. You hang that work hat up and you put it down. It's okay to go home and vent to your family, but the reality is that you've got to be there for them, and they can't cross. So I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys for being here for me. Thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you for being here for Tea with P. There will be another episode next week, Thursday, Tea with P, 9 p.m. Central. Or if you want to hang out and you want to just get into the conversation a little bit earlier, I'll be live on Twitch at Pigeons420 sometime tomorrow. I feel like I should get my ass to the gym. So we'll see if I go to the gym first and then go live, or if I go live bright and early. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for joining me tonight. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for making these episodes what they are. I know notifications can be a bastard, and now that Discord's not around, we got deleted, it's even less likely that you're going to get a notification to tune in to the live show, unless you've been tuning in. So I thank you for being here, checking in on the channel to see if we were live, and just being available. It means the world to me. Okay, because we've been doing this for a long time, man, and it has been an uphill battle, and I'm not going to let that stop us. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the appreciation, and we'll catch you next week. Brina, appreciate you, girl. See you, Modus. See you on a roll. See you, Organic. See you, Show Me Hydro. Appreciate you, dude. See you over on Twitch soon, dude. Miss your face. See you, Tasty. You too, dude. Night of Living Soil, man. Thanks for being here, man. Idiom. Cheers, dude. Thank you, brother. Hazer. Cheers. Thank you for being here, man. Fap. Thanks, dude. Shout out to the Twitch crew. Cheryl's in the house. Thank you, girl. John, thanks for always being here, dude. Sean, you too, dude. Miss you, brother. Terps. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here, man. Average Richard. Not average. You're stellar here, dude. You're the Richard. Okay? Ed, thanks for being here, man. John, you too, dude. Insanity. I appreciate you, brother. See you, Mr. Sparkles. Thanks for being here, dude. Thanks for your comments, man. We'll see you guys. See you, Robert. Peace, homie. Any 20? Peace, dude. See you, Randy. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow, okay? Until next time, my friends. See you, Organics. See you on a roll. Glad I saw you, dude. See, YouTube's so slow, dude. YouTube's so slow. Everybody's getting in right now. Billy, you take it easy, all right? I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Rick Lane. Peace, homie. Peace. All right. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right? Peace.
I can't get diamonds so pearls, and I don't wanna take you traveling the world. I'm gonna love you, babe. Cross my heart.
Oh, I couldn't. Brady, thank you, man. D Juggalo, YouTube's so slow, bro. One more quarter, motivated by Terps. Hendrix, TJ, thank you guys, man. Thank you guys. All right, I'm out of here.
I can't get diamonds so pearls, and I don't wanna take you traveling the world. I'm gonna love you, babe. Cross my heart.